G'day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we're going to take a look at whether you should summon on the latest banner that has come to DB Legends that features the Legends Limited Pikkon Revive into Gogeta. I think is probably the best way to describe him. I don't know what nickname they've come up for him yet, but basically a pretty interesting unit. This unit essentially revives from Pikkon into Gogeta when you die, unless you die from an AoE self-destruct attack. Now, one thing that I will say is there's a usually with these kind of like exchange units, etc., there's not like a huge difference. Like I think, Revive Ginyu is a great example of, he's pretty good before and then he just kind of like beefs up what he does before. This unit is very different. Like Pikkon as a unit is very functionally different to Gogeta. There are a couple very distinct differences between Pikkon and Gogeta, especially in terms of like damage output and functionality. Pikkon is way more disruptive than Gogeta, sorry, like way more disruptive. The green card stacks to continuously destroy the enemy's cards. He's got a lot of tempo control, substitution timer count augments. He makes your opponent have to wait longer to sub units in. He's very more designed to disrupt the opposition. A little bit more of a support focused centric unit. A lot more disruptive, kind of like pain in the ass kind of unit. The kind of unit that causes the opposition to have quite a few headaches, basically. Whereas Gogeta is like super damage. So he's definitely like a completely different construct of unit from Pikkon. So Pikkon, he's like kind of this unit that exists. He's got the unique gauge, which is obviously very important, but the unique gauge is more a determining factor as to what occurs after the revival or just before the revival. But Pikkon's definitely a self-sufficient unit. It's not like he's designed to be defeated like some revival units. He definitely provides like a usable baseline for this unit. It's not like you just throw him out there and you're like, well, if he can get some damage or do something, that'd be great, but I really just kind of want him to eat a Rising Rush or something and revive into Gogeta. Gogeta, definitely 100% pure damage dealer. So Gogeta is kind of this unit that exists in this realm of like, everything he does is like nullifying cover change, nullifying element advantage, preventing restoration effects, etc. He's just a very, very good unit. And he reduces the special move cost, he spawns the special move cost, he's like a special move spammer, and he can get pretty nutty. And I think the distinct playstyle differences between them is pretty good. I like the fact that Pikkon is definitely more centric towards delaying the opposition, kind of beating them up a little bit, debuffing them, kind of causing them a lot of pain, and just like kind of giving them a bit of an annoyance, a bit of an issues. And then Gogeta's like a guy you can kind of just swing in there. You're maybe 1 unit down or 2 units down. Gogeta's your last resort, or he eats the Rising Rush or something, and all of a sudden, out pops this guy who can just 1, 2, 3 kind of dish out the damage and really clean up after Pikkon and the rest of the team. So I do think Gogeta is super interesting from that regard. I do think right now is a bit of a weird time in Legends because like it's before Legends Fest, and so Legends Fest is kind of this big celebration. It's the second biggest celebration of the year. It's absolutely huge for Legends. It's a massive time for us in general, as Legends players. And it does make it a bit awkward to say summon on this banner. I think last year, Legends Fest was a pretty good time. And you do get a lot of Chrono Crystals. But I just think right now, The big question is, are Pikkon and Gogeta going to dominate the meta? And I just don't think so. I think they're a very fun unit. I think they're a great counter to Janemba. I think they're a great, fun unit to kind of integrate and place into teams. I just don't see them dominating the meta. I can be entirely wrong, as always, but I just don't see them in that position. Don't see them controlling the game mode. I think there's a lot of strong options right now in the space, and there's still a really strong recent purple unit. Yes, on Saga from the movies and in the Goku, but you still got Ginyu flying around. You've still got Goku flying around. You don't really have the strongest yellow option to purple units right now. You have like red Vegeta blue, still really solid. I guess Ultra Kid Buu, maybe if you're running like a regeneration team. But just there's no real distinct yellow option that you can run on the Saga from the movies team that's going to allow you to kind of hard counter a lot of the units. Yes, there is this Metal Cooler that they've released. He's not enough. He's a decent looking unit, but he's not enough, I would say, to provide the coverage you need to adequately run these guys in a situation in which they ascend the meta. They definitely can throw their weight around in PvP. 100%. They have the ability to be a very solid, very reliable unit. It's just more of the fact that, like I say, there's not a huge room in the meta for them to kind of exist. The banner itself as well is also okay. I wouldn't say it's like spectacular. It's kind of just alright. To be honest with you, it's neither here nor there. I think if you want to go for them, go crazy. Saga from the movies does have quite a few buffs, and you can link them up pretty well with quite a few units that have come out. Janemba's in a good spot. You have them. You can even run the purple Goku with them, and then you have like a pretty fun, interesting looking lineup. But yeah, for me, personally speaking, I'm not investing in them because I don't see the Legends Fest being Saga from the movies orientated, which means that the benefit of summoning for them is a tad limited. With that being said, they do look like a lot of fun, and I think they will definitely be solid in the current PvP situation and meta. It's just going to depend on yourself and where you can see yourself operating with them as a unit. But yeah, honestly speaking, that's kind of it. There's not too much else really for me to say. I think from my side, it's pretty obvious to save your Chrono Crystals because Legends Fest is on the way. But yeah, it's going to be entirely up to you. But let me know what you guys think. If you did get them, let us know how they do. But yeah, that's basically it from me. Bye.